What's up? Back again. So I'm coming to you, talking to you this morning about the power of sin in your life and the power of prayer to come out of it. So sin, even though you may not believe in the Lord, sin is you doing something wrong. Sin is when you know something is wrong and you do it anyway. That's what sin is. That's the technical meaning of sin. Everyone sins. We are born into sin. You know, regardless of how you live in your life, you are gonna sin every single day. That's the thing. Because we need an equal balance in the world. You have to have an equal balance. So everyone's gonna sin. Everyone deals with different types of sins. And you can't judge someone else's sin because guaranteed you sin too. Daily. So when you sitting back looking at somebody else, the things that they're doing in their life, the best thing you can do is pray for that person. You know, and you think, well, I prayed for this person and that person numerous times throughout my life and they ain't never done nothing. They're still the same person. But regardless, prayer works best when it's in repetition. You know, the same thing over and over. The Lord knows what's going on in your life. He just wants to hear it. He wants to hear it from you. You know, and coming out of that sin is a beautiful thing, you know, because you are put through the things that you put through in life so you can teach others. You know, I mean, for example, when you go to college to do whatever you want to do, you know, your teacher is going to teach you this, and you got to do this homework, or you got to do this work, and then pass this test before you get a good grade and eventually move on to a career. Well, life with the Lord is the same thing. You go through this test. You pass this test, now you move on to another test. Move on to another test till you get to a point to where you can teach others. That's what the beauty of the Lord's tests are. The Lord tests you to make you into who He wants you to be. You can look at the bad in your life, or you can thank the Lord for putting you through it. And you can thank the Lord. You can tell Him, like, when you see something bad going on in your life, you need to thank Him for it. You need to say, Lord, I need you to help me or strengthen me through these tests. Teach me what I need to know. Stop praying to get out of the situation, man, because the situation is what's going to make you into the person that you need to be. You know, everybody in this world puts on masks, especially on social media, man. So when you try to compare yourself to whatever everything else you see on social media, come on, man, that's just ridiculous, because 9 times out of 10, that's a screen that person puts on. And I'm getting this sermon from one of my favorite pastors. This is a screen that you're putting up. Facebook, social media, all that, they put on a screen. A screen can be good at times because, you know, the world sees you the way you want them to see you. But the only problem is that's keeping you from the Lord seeing who you truly are. The Lord sees who you truly are. So that just keeps you from being able to experience the true grace of God. When you keep that screen up, you got to put that screen down, man. I walk around every single day with my head held high, knowing that I was a drug addict. I thought I was going to die a drug addict. That's what I thought. But the Lord had a different plan for me. You see, I walked around with my head held high knowing I was a gangbanger. I was a thief. I was a drug addict. I was stuck in lustful nature. Good God, if you know me, you know that. But the Lord took me out of all that. Now I'm a sober man. I'm married. I got my family, man. I'm a hard-working man. And I owe it all to the Lord. The Lord did that for me. I didn't do this on my own. I hear people thanking me or giving me praises, and not praises, but people saying how proud of me they are. I tell them every day, don't be proud of me. Be proud of what the Lord has done for me. Give Him all the glory, because He did this. I tried numerous times to get my life together, and trust and believe I failed every single time. But the Lord took me out, and He took me out for a reason, so I could talk to y'all and tell y'all that there's a better way in life. Sobriety is the key, man. That's the first step to finding the Lord. is getting your mind right. Now, the reason I say that is because when you're sober-minded, you look at life a completely different way. And that's coming from experience, bro. I'll tell you that right now. When you sober-minded, you are not looking at the bad stuff in your life. You're looking at the good. When you're sober-minded, you can trust God so much easier because you don't have the devil whispering in your ear constantly. You know what I mean? So trust God with everything that he has for you. And trust and believe that you will end up in a better way. When you put those screens up for the world to see, you're also trying to put a screen up so God can't see who you really are. But that's the thing, God always sees you. Not to mention, when you put those screens up, man, you ain't just putting the screens up for the world. You putting those screens up at home too. You know, I mean, when I say screens up, I mean, think about it. Your cell phone. When you're sitting there, you got your family around you, your kids around you. Kids screaming, "Daddy, come play, da da da, mommy, come play." You got that screen up in front of your face, and you ain't paying attention to them. You're paying attention to that screen, because you got to screen to the world what you want them to see of you. But boy, if they knew what God knew, I doubt you would have as many followers, or I doubt you would have as many friends on your social media network that you got. If they knew that 9 times out of 10, you ain't there for your kids. You more into that phone. They wouldn't want to see you. But thing is they're the same way as you. We all stuck in it, man. But we can all make it out through the power of Jesus Christ. When you pray, ask questions, man. That's what a lot of people always tell me all the time. Like, I pray all the time. I pray every day. But I guarantee you don't ask questions. And if you do ask questions, you don't give God the chance to answer. He'll do it right away. You just got to listen. Literally, when you pray, ask a question. The very first thing that comes to your mind, that's God talking to you. You got to listen, though. Now, trust and believe, it'll be a very short and to the point answer. He's not going to beat around the bush. He's not going to tell you what you want to hear and then break it to you easy. That's not God. He's going to tell you like it is. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be something you don't want to hear. But when you ask that question, trust and believe, God's answer will come first. But Satan's going to try to manipulate everything God just said. So you've got to listen to what God says. The first response: pray, ask questions, and listen. God will tell you what you need to do to get your life together. You just got to listen for it. I pray with all my heart that everyone that sees this video can be blessed by it and hopefully change their life in some way. Even if it's not today, I pray that I plant the seed in your heart. I stand a sober man speaking to everybody, telling them that there is a way out. You don't have to die a drug addict, despite what the world tells you. It is not the case. Once a drug addict, always a drug addict. That's bullcrap, man. Believe that. That's bullcrap. There is life after sobriety. I mean, there is life after drugs. Trust and believe that. There is life after sobriety as well. It's a beautiful life, man. Trust and believe. Live it. And you'll know. And I'm not talking about a couple days, because that's still hard. It was hard getting sober, but trust and believe it was the best decision I ever made, man. I pray that everyone out there that sees this video, or even if you don't see my videos, I pray that you can experience what I'm saying. Because I love you. Even if I don't know you, I love you, because you are God's creature. You are God's chosen one. You know, you truly are. You just got to acknowledge it yourself. Once you acknowledge that you are God's chosen one, trust and believe your life will change. Everything I say today, man, I say in Jesus Christ's holy and beautiful name, through the power of God our Father in heaven. Amen.